Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and with House of the Dragon Season 3 coming up, like A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, we are bound to get content from it. We know this because after House of the Dragon Season 2, we got Aegon Targaryen, Red Criston Cole, Sunfire, and the event Rook's Rest. And later on, we did get Meleys and Rhaenys, but that doesn't really count. And with that little history lesson out of the way, let's begin. So remember, we got 3 characters and 1 event, so logically, from House of the Dragon Season 3, we are looking at likely 2 to 4 new characters and an event. And yeah, I will start with the most obvious thing to come to the game next, being an event. In the files, there is a leaked Blacks event to the codename that we have, which will very likely correlate with House of the Dragon Season 3. This means we are bound to see 2 to 4 new characters coming to promote House of the Dragon Season 3. Based on what we know about House of the Dragon Season 3, we can guess that the event is either the Battle of the Gullet or the Battle of Tumbleton. However, because Jacaerys Velaryon already got added, we can take an educated guess and say the new event is the Battle of Tumbleton. And for a release date, probably August 2026, because that is when House of the Dragon Season 3 will end, and the Battle of Tumbleton will be one of the last episodes, and they don't want to spoil anything, obviously. Now that we've pretty much figured out the event, what characters could be added? I'll go into the most pretty much obvious addition, and the only leaked character in this video being Daemon Targaryen, the Rogue Prince. It's honestly crazy that Daemon isn't already in the game. He should have been in the game when the game launched, and he's been leaked in the file since September 2024, 1 month after the game launched. It's only a matter of time until we see Daemon, and if Tumbleton is the event, that Daemon is locked to come to the game, as it's being leaked that Daemon is, and even in the trailer you can see Daemon Targaryen will be in the Battle of Tumbleton. If Daemon doesn't come in the upcoming Blacks event, I'll do whatever the top comment says, and also we might never see Daemon come to the game. Daemon will release before the event, and if I had to take a guess, he'll probably come in June because there are no new leaked characters that haven't been in the game for a year. Well, besides Oberyn, and we know he's coming, and anyway, Daemon I think would be red, a fighter class, an ally bond with Caraxes, and Daemon would be both Targaryen and Blacks factions for pretty damn obvious reasons. After Daemon, no other character is leaked, so really you could take a guess as to who gets added, but I think the most likely person after Daemon is Ormond Hightower, a character being introduced in Season 3 of House of the Dragon, and he seems like the most likely addition after Daemon. He seems to be a major player this season, and we know for a fact he will be in the Battle of Tumbleton. Ormond will definitely be a strategist, and I could see him being any color because, well, I could see green or yellow, really, since, yeah, the faction you'd be in is greens. Greens desperately need green or yellow. My prediction for Ormond would be July, but we'll know more about Ormond Hightower when we actually see him on screen. Now, the other most likely character, or should I say characters, is Daeron the Daring, or Daeron Targaryen, and his dragon Tessarion. I'm grouping them together because when Aegon came, Sunfire came with him, and Daeron the Daring will be a fan favorite, how he already is. This could leave him to be held back, however, as we've seen this happen with characters like Daemon, for example. He's a fan favorite that hasn't been added. Robb Stark, another great example there. But with the dragons being announced coming to raids later this year, I could see a world where they add a dragon into the game in order to correlate with dragons coming to raids, and Tessarion would fit the bill for that as a blue dragon. Both would be Green's factions, although Daeron might be a dual faction character with Targaryen faction. They would definitely come as a package. What I mean is, like, they'd be allies, and one would come out early in July and one would later in July. And yeah, and for the same reasons I said Lionel Baratheon will be held back as a fan favorite, the same logic applies to Daeron, really. I don't see a world where we get both Ormond and Daeron/Tessarion, so a July release date seems likely. However, I think it's unlikely, but I could see Tessarion coming to correlate with dragons coming to raids, and Daeron just doesn't come to the game if they want to do with 3 characters in the new event. The final character, or should I say characters to be coming, is the Dragon Seeds, Ulf White and Hugh Hammer, along with their dragons Vermithor and Silverwing. These characters are less likely, but if for some reason they don't want to add Daeron or Ormond or Tessarion to the game, these guys are likely a shoo-in to replace them, as we know those 2 are going to be at the Battle of Tumbleton. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the books tell you so. and we haven't got to see much of them yet. And when I say Dragon Seeds, I'm specifically referring to Hugh Hammer and Ulfwhite, not Adam of Hull, because he won't be at the Battle of Tumbleton. Either way, the two characters that I mentioned wouldn't have a faction, and they would only release in July. I keep saying my general idea for how the release date is that, well, Oberyn's coming in June, and Daemon late June. Then we get 2 new characters to correlate with House of the Dragon Season 3 in July, followed up by the event in August. Yeah, but in conclusion, House of the Dragon Season 3 will be releasing, and for my predictions, I'll give my final predictions right here. I think we get Daemon Targaryen, Ormond Hightower, and Tessarion to come to the game as a part of a new Battle of Tumbleton event in August 2026. Given the codename Blacks event, I could be wrong, and the Dragon Seeds are coming here along with Daemon. But these are just my predictions, and yeah, they could be wrong. Let me know your guys' predictions in the comments. I'm really excited for House of the Dragon Season 3, and who knows, maybe it is a battle of the Gullet, and we're getting Baela and Rhaena's dragon, and a legendary Rhaena. Who knows? Yeah. Now I've covered what Knight of Seven Kingdoms characters could be coming, and House of the Dragon characters that could come to the game. Next time in this little trilogy, we will cover what missing characters from the Game of Thrones show aren't in Game of Thrones Legends, and when they could come in their likelihood. But until then, bye!